First bought
Go.
When we first bought this vehicle, as you'll notice in many vehicles, the plastic headlight lenses are beginning to get foggy and scratched, and you can always polish them out. But there's some scratches here, and it would have been nice just to get some new ones. But 2 weeks later, the car was totaled, and I got new ones anyway. So these original ones, tabs were broken off here and here and here and here. There's no salvaging those. I got a pair, it's right and left. Really nice, shiny, everything's perfect. Bulbs are included. All the tabs and hardware are exact. They all match up. The pair was $261. That'll make the front of this car look almost brand new. So this is the part you hope you will never end up finding out in your lifetime, is what an airbag looks like after it's deployed. It literally self-destructed as it came out. The original quote on these was $1,300 a piece. I tried to buy them online, but I found out they won't ship them because they consider them dangerous. Went to the dealer. The last resort would have been going on eBay and finding a pair of used ones. They were going for $300 or $400 a piece, but really didn't want to go that route. So I went to the same dealer that sold me those crash sensors at cost. I ordered the airbags from him, and he did me a solid, and he gave me these 2 airbags for $1,000 a piece. And he told me that once I open these boxes, that's it. I can't return them. But this got snow.
Well, how do you know if you got the right one if you can't open it?
Genuine Honda, brand new. The color is right. I'm not going to screw with it too much. I don't want it to blow up in my face. Connector looks right. So that's probably the most expensive and most critical part of this whole rebuild. Passenger airbag is virtually, it's been raining, so that's why it's all wet. I've had them outside. Half the dashboard comes along with this thing. Big old giant piece there. Again, the dealer took about $300 off the MSRP. And here I have the replacement. Everything looks legit. New duct, new vent. Here's the bolts. Right color. So, business. So actually I was kind of surprised when they brought the vehicle back to me that the bumper was actually still on, because I have this thing where I notice stuff that no one else pays attention to. On the side of the road, I see bumpers just randomly laying on the shoulder. I'm thinking, how did that bumper get there? Evidently, after a collision, the bumpers fall off and the tow truck drivers just leave them. This one is munched beyond repair. I'll save the license plate frame. It's a law in California, you gotta have a front license plate. It's painted, it's plastic and it's painted. Replacement, $86. Again, I compared every tab, every dimension. I'm convinced it came out of the same mold, probably the same factory. It's unpainted, so I'll have to take it to the shop where the hood and fender are going to have this painted. It probably needs a special process of paint because it's plastic, and that'll be color matched to the vehicle. When I got this, I was worried because was folded into thirds. It was literally like a taco again. And I thought to myself, it's probably ruined. But when I opened it up, took the tape off, laid it outside after a couple days in the sun, it straightened out, it looks fine. So that's that. So in the Honda, like most cars, there's dual electric fans. One, they call it for the condenser, one for the radiator, even though they're stacked one on top of the other. These are side by side. I decided to go with an aftermarket brand, Dorman. Dorman is a very popular aftermarket brand. They've got a pretty good reputation. I ordered these from Amazon. And again, I compared every tab, or what's left of these, number of blades, connector, everything's exact. Condenser fan's a little bit bigger. The fan on this one is black, but it's the same thing, $80. So this is what's left of the condenser, and again, when I disconnected it, there was no Freon. It had punctured, and all the Freon escaped at the collision. I ordered a replacement genuine Honda condenser, $212. It's worth it. I want the AC to work right. Got to have that system flushed before any of this gets hooked up. I got to hire a pro to do that for me. I'm not going to attempt that. Radiator, similar. I'm debating whether I should reuse this hose. Actually, I just noticed it's got some cracks. This hose probably has to be replaced. I'll just go to AutoZone for that. The replacement is aftermarket. I compared every tab, every piece of hardware, everything matches. It's a perfect fit. Shouldn't be worried about that. So this is with the main first thing you're going to see when the car is all put back together. This original grille is just cracked and demolished. This replacement, aftermarket, but it included all these pieces of chrome trim that are usually separate. It did not include the Honda logo. I'm just going to trade it off the original one, epoxy it on there. This piece included new yellow tabs. I bought these extra because I figured they would be missing. The original one, if they're not missing, they're broken. So that's good. All these parts came in over the course of about a week and a half. So far, I think I got about 90 to 95% of the parts. And so far I've spent $5,000 on parts. The insurance settlement was $11,000. And $5,000, maybe I'll spend another $500, $600 on paint. But that'll leave me a little bit extra for my labor. My labor rate was at $200 an hour.
Mine's $1,000.
Every day we came home from work, it was like Christmas time at the front porch. Boxes everywhere. The Amazon guy, he and I don't want to say we got to be friends, but Sunday I'll have to go to his son's christening. He wants me to be his godfather. We're tight. He's been at my house every day delivering stuff. So there's benefits to this. So this is what the hood looked like. It was bent up pretty bad and then left in the weather for almost 3 months before I could get it back. I was able to get this replacement hood almost perfect off of a 2014. I just need to get it painted. I think that'll go quick and easy.